Hi everyone, this is Bowen here, also known as the Ultimate Option Investor. So today I'm going to show you how I actually became a full-time investor 2 years back. Generating 4 to 5 figures income every single month from the stock market. And today I'm going to show you the 3 key elements that you need to become a full-time investor. Alright, welcome back. So the 3 key elements that you need to become a full-time investor. The first one is you need a lot of money. Okay, money, yeah. And the second element that you need is skill set. And the third element that you need is time. So do you have these 3? I'm sure you have. Alright, so now let's dive into the first key element, which is money. Okay, let me share with you guys how I actually got started. Okay, and how I actually built up my capital along the years. So for me personally, I came from an average family. Okay, my dad is an engineer and my mom is a chef. So I'm not born from a rich family. I started working part-time when I was 16 years old, and I still remember, one of the jobs that I worked when I was 16 years old, it paid me $1.50 per hour. So that was how pathetic it is. Alright, and subsequently I went for national service. So right after army, okay, I actually got enrolled into university, but at the same time, I wanted to make an income for myself. So I started to work as a financial advisor right at the age of 22 years old, working and getting my degree at the same time. So I stayed on as a financial advisor for a total of 7 years, all the way until 29 years old. So for me, I actually worked 7 years in order to save up, okay, to get some capital in order for me to actually build up my investment portfolio. So coming to the second point, which is skill set. So how did I actually got exposed to investing? Okay, so I just want to share with you, I just want to introduce my mentor to you guys. Okay, so the 2 mentors that I had that exposed me to investing is none other than, Donald Trump as well as Robert Kiyosaki. Alright. So I really thank this book, that I started reading back in the army days, as you can see from the cover. Okay, this book is coming to 10 years old. And this book literally changed my life because it exposed me to investing. So as a financial advisor, I was also exposed to a lot of financial products out there. And how I get started investing is I learned from my friends, I learned from my colleagues, and I went in straight ahead. Personally, for me, I think I learned investing through the hard way. Okay, why do I say that? Because I started investing when I was 21 years old, and when I was 23 years old, I had my first major losses in the stock market. So I got burned in the stock market when I was 23 years old, but that didn't stop me. So 2 years down the road, when I was 25 years old, I decided to look for a mentor. So the first mentor that taught me the proper way of investing. Okay, I have 3 mentors. Okay, they are Sean, Ivan, as well as Paul. So I really thank them a lot, for changing my life. And without them giving me the system, I would definitely not be where I am today. And actually, I'm very fortunate. Why? Because 2 of them, Paul and Ivan, right now, they became my business partner, and we are actually teaching investing together, at our company called Ultimate Investing. So along the way, after learning from Sean, Ivan, and Paul, I went on to learn from multiple mentors, multi-millionaires. So one of the mentors that I learned his name is called Ken Ting. So Ken Ting was the guy that taught me about options and exposed me to the world of options. So once again, a great thank you to Ken Ting over here. So the one mentor that I had that taught me value investing, okay, is none other than Mary Buffett. Okay, I still remember very clearly back when I was 26 years old, I was given the opportunity to fly over to US to learn from Mary Buffett, okay, the ex-daughter-in-law of Warren Buffett. So when this opportunity came to me, I actually thought for it for a long time. market, because it is not cheap and it is probably my first long haul trip, okay, flying from Singapore all the way to US for a week to learn about investing. But after having some thoughts, after thinking through, I decided to put in the money. I decided to go ahead. I decided to take the leap of faith, and that's it. 26 years old, I fly all the way to US to learn from Mary Buffett, that taught me about value investing, that exposed me that the world of investing is not that complicated. Anybody out there can start investing, and it totally just changed my mindset. So the third key element that you need is none other than time. I was actually quite lucky because even with a mentor, it took me about 5 years. Okay, and why do I need this 5 years is because there's two things that you need that's very important. So first, you need time to build up your capital, which for me, I built it through my years of working as a financial advisor. And the second thing you need is actually the experience. So after learning from my mentor, after the guidance that I get from them, you need to dive in. You need to get the things, you need to experience it for yourself. Okay, you need to experience it for yourself. You need to get hit by the market. You need to lose some money in the market. You need to gain experience. So this 5 years is for me to gain as much experience that I can, okay, so that you can have the consistency to make money in the stock market. So it's all about consistency. It's never about get rich quick. It's never about the secret recipe. There's no secret recipe. There's no shortcut. It's all about gaining the experience, putting in the hard work, saving up for your capital. So just a recap, the three key elements that you need. First one is money. Build up your capital as fast as possible. Second one, have a skill set. You can find a mentor, you can read it up, you can do anything. The Google is your friend. And the last one that you need is time. Alright, gain as much experience as you can, build up as much capital as you can, and with some time, you will be able to become a full-time investor. So on my next video, okay, I just want to share with you also more in depth about how much money do you need to become a full-time investor. And the second one is what kind of returns are you looking at as a full-time investor. So if you're interested to find out more about this too, watch out for my next video.